Doors are about to open for you, my gorgeous Torrini, indeed. Just remember, it's going to be the very important time of your life on the 27th of October 2020 because of few different things. But in particular, you are going to need to make an important decision. But before that, there will be the certain reward that you are going to have. This is all going to be based on this particular reward that you are going to have by this moment in time. I'm talking about the 27th of October 2020, but beforehand, as I've already mentioned, there is going to be an important reward that you are going to have, and that reward is going to be completely connected on you making an important decision on the 27th of October 2020. This is a very important moment in time, and it's also a very important moment in time for you to remember, my gorgeous Taurinis, that the actual intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is very significant information when it comes to you, because also on another hand, I need to tell you that you are going to survive this. You will know exactly what I mean. You will know exactly where am I coming from, because this is very personal to you. But then again, at the same time, it affected you over the last 24 months indeed. My gorgeous Taurinis, I've said this before many times, that you have had like a kind of hard time when it comes to like emotional life, because not like, I'm not saying, oh, you had such a hard time, you know, but I'm just saying that there was a point in time, there was a moment in time when you were affected, and this is, I am going back over the last 7 years. Within the last 7 years, there was a moment in your life where you were affected emotionally, and you were affected so much that it's just basically left a very powerful footprint in your life, in your path, in your dimension, in your energy. And what does that mean? It means that you were emotionally affected, whether you've lost somebody very important in your life, whether you went through something very difficult, and this is all the path and the pathway that was created along the way. It's to do with your unfoldment, but it's also most certainly to do with your karma. And at this moment in time, it can be quite heavy indeed. But just remember, my gorgeous Taurinis, the most important time and the most important thing that I'm going to say to you now, that is all slowly coming to an end. And by the 27th of October 2020, you see, it's all about these doors that are going to be open for you. It's a very important sacred portal that you are going to become aware of, and this is wonderful. But I'm going to say it again, you must make an important decision then and there. It's not only, oh yeah, you need to do it like, you know, because, you know, things are going to be just right. No, baby, no. It is much deeper than that. It is much more important than that, because sometimes things may not seems like what they actually are, and this is implying to the actual fact on the 27th of October it's just going to seem like something like not as important as it actually is. It is actually going to be, because at the same time you're going to create the new beginning. This is all boiling down to the fact that you're going to have an important new beginning, and it's going to come from the actual new solution at the same time. So as I said before, that you are going to survive this, because prior this moment, prior to the 27th of October, there is going to be that last little push that you are going to have, that you are going to be part of, and that last little push is most certainly going to be connected to you being brave. So it's all about being brave prior to the 27th of October. You know, from the 1st of October, it's very important for you to be brave, for you to be open-minded. And also, it's very important to try to act on things that come to you straight away, because it's a very kind of like a super spiritual month. You know, I have to say this because October is super powerful month, and it's super spiritual month because we have got the actual Samhain at the end of the month. Some call it Samhain, some call it Halloween. However you call it, it's a rather sacred time of the year when this veil in between this world and the spirit spirit world is at its thinnest. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we are going to be visited by all sorts of spirits. It means that we are going to be visited by the spirit who is very close to us, whether this is going to be somebody like from somebody who used to be in your life. Maybe it was somebody who died like before you were even born, but that spirit just has got a very strong connection to you. Maybe it's just somebody who is always around you. Maybe it's going to be your angel. Maybe it's going to be your spirit spirit guide, or maybe it's going to be just a passing by spirit, which is going to have a rather important and very, very significant information for you on the 30th and the 31st of October 2020. Very, very important. I want to say this, my gorgeous Taurinis, and I want to stress this, that the 30th and the 31st of October are going to have direct connection with the 27th of October. You see, it's all kind of leveling itself out, how it's meant to level itself out, and this is all quite powerful, leading to the powerful Lotus moment. So it has got like a quite few different stages, to go through to become Lotus, and this is exactly what's happening to you, because on the 31st and the 30th of October you're going to have a very strong and absolutely mind-blowing confirmation about this, what I said to you, that is going to take place on the 27th of October 2020. It's so important to also mention that your emotions, you are going to be quite emotional. Your emotions are going to be running quite high, and you just need to remember to don't let your past to hold you back. Please remember, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is so important part of your spiritual development. Karmically, super important to not to let a past to hold you back. And also, on another hand, it is the vision. Pay attention to the vision that you are going to have. One more very specific information that I want to say to you, that you and your loved ones are going to be safe. So if you are going to, if you're worrying about it, a personal issue is going to reach an important resolution, and that in itself is going to bring you an overwhelming emotion, because in itself you will just know, like, ooh la la, what your next step is going to be. It's about the actual having enough resources to move on towards the success. This is incredible, because it's also going to be connected to the little element of mystery, where you're going to find yourself like kind of being quite adventurous and daring, and that in itself at that moment in time, it's also going to be connected so much to your own to your kind of spiritual leader, to your spiritual teacher, because this moment in time, I'm still talking about the 27th of October, this moment in time, you're also going to have a kind of moment where you are really going to be in your own bubble, and that bubble is going to be super powerful. I'm talking about the spiritual bubble, which is just going to have a very strong magnetic energy, which in itself is going to connect you to your spiritual leader, to your psychic, to somebody who you connect on this particular level. And something that they're telling you, something that they say to you, is just going to be keep on repeating in your mind, and keep on repeating in your mind, and keep on repeating in your mind. So pay attention, because that in itself is going to also bring you an absolutely remarkable confirmation and a wake-up call. The biggest wake-up call ever, my gorgeous Taurinis, you are going to have at that moment in time. And that in itself is going to bring you your turning point. It's fantastic, because you're going to feel, I know it sounds a bit morbid, but you're going to feel like you've just escaped the actual disaster. So this is going to have many different elements and many different levels of your life. And also not only within the last 7 years, but within the last 12 months in particular. This October, it's going to be such an absolutely mind-blowing resolution that you are going to have. But that resolution is going to have 3 different stages, and you are going to start a remarkable process, remarkable progress you're also going to hear about when it comes to you. And this is going to happen at the right moment and the right time, because it's going to boost your confidence when you need it the most. Anything that comes to you, just do it. Anything that you wish to try, just go for it. Anything that you suddenly kind of feel connected to to, again, as I said before, you just go for it, because this is an important time and an important stages that you will be going through. So when it comes to the actual wake-up call that I mentioned before, it is just all about your own focus and the ability to hold that focus, and that in itself is just going to be, again, like a very powerful magnetic energy, which is at the same time going to bring you the perspective that you need so much. And you are going to learn something very important and very significant and very powerful about yourself, and that in itself is just going to be super important when it comes to your own self-esteem. You are most certainly going to lack this month, my gorgeous Taurinis, because on another hand, it's all about your destiny, it's all about your fortune, and it's all about creating the best life for yourself, but also at the same time to ignore the negativity and just follow your path, follow your progress, follow your third psychic eye, follow your psychic feelings, follow your intuition. It is going to be more important than ever. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Taurinis, my gorgeous Taurus, and it's for October 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Taurinis, and it's for October 2020. And of course that your number when it comes to numerology is what? Number 12. This is a very important number, and also it's telling you, the first part of October, like the first half of October and the second half of October are going to be just as important. The first half of October is going to be very strange, very unusual, very bizarre, but then at the same time, this is all going to be the beginning of your own rebirth. The second part of October, so the first part of October is just going to need from you, like kind of to make certain changes, to make certain edits, to make certain adjustments, to see what doesn't work in your life anymore, to see what doesn't fit in your life anymore, to work on those emotions, to pay attention to those emotions that are making you feel that are making you feel like really down, that are making you feel unhappy, that are making you feel uncertain, that are making you feel uneasy. It is going to be very enhanced, in particular this month, because you're going to reach a rather high level of your own personal enlightenment. The first half of October, it's also absolutely powerful when it comes to like your own manifestation. So if you would like to manifest that, just think positive as much as you can, think big, my gorgeous Taurinis, as much as you can. Do not bring yourself down, do not think negative, because sometimes in particular when the energy is so strong and it's very powerful, like in October, you don't want to bring the negativity on yourself, because just remember, it goes both ways. If you have such a strong power of manifestation at that moment in time, use it wisely, my babies. So you can light a candle and make a little wish, or you can focus towards something. You can look for career if you're looking for that. You can look for the new job if you're looking for that. Or if you're confused, if you don't know what to do, you can also do all sorts of little rituals, because now at this moment in time, a lot is going to be starting, a lot is going to begin, and there are going to be a lot of answers that you're going to be getting and receiving at the same time. So any kind of manifestation, trying new things, starting new things, just go for it. Whether the second part of the actual October, it's all going to be about the you just basically going for it. The second part of October, it's also going to bring you the situation which is going to surprise you, and that surprising situation is on another hand going to take over, but take over in the best possible way, because remember, I said it's all about your own personal enlightenment, and also it's about you just going on the next stage, going on the new journey, because it's all boiling down to what? The second part of October, the most important thing, it is the portal that it's going to be opened for you, Taurinis. This is important. Number 12 is trying to let you know that you are going to have a mind-blowing new portal that is going to be open on the second part of October. And this means that karmically you have been through a lot. Karmically you have suffered enough. I don't want to sound like a dark Lala again, but it's just now it's time for things to start turning around. Now you also need to understand that it's down to you. Please try to understand this, because as I said before, the emotions are going to be running high, so you will be able to pick up on a lot of energies around you. But what you need to remember, that the second part of October, my gorgeous Taurinis, is bringing you mind-blowing new power, new portal, which is open the whole new doors for you. And it's when that decision is going to come through, and it's about an important reward, which is also at the same time going to take place. This is important. This is important. This is very important time for you, my gorgeous Taurinis, because almost when you lost a little hope, my babies, the second part of October is going to bring you, the feeling like where you've lost like a little hope before, and when you thought that the light is gone out, now that little flame is gonna start bloody flicking, and once it start flicking, this is going to start flicking inside you. Once it start flicking, it's going to start flicking within you, and once it start flicking within you, it's going to rejuvenate and re-energize the passion that was there for a long time. You need to remember that you must not be stuck in the past. This is very, very important part of your progress, and also be as open as you possibly can. Be as open as you possibly can, which means be open-minded, be open to all sorts of possibilities, be open to all sorts of opportunities. And even while you're listening this to me, my reading right now, just open your mind, baby. It's all about you going on the next stage, It's all about you trusting yourself, and at the same time, look, you are the one. It's the leadership, you see. It's saying leadership. This is important sign also, because you are going to have the situation that is just going to be really down to you. Sorry, I'm going to change this. There is going to be the situation that it's going to be down to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, and you're going to be the one who's going to need to do this. You see, this light didn't go off in a long time, so now I'm going to have to go, and I'm going to go back. Say this didn't happen a long time, and I know that my connection with the electricity and things like that, it's like superb really when it comes to reflecting on this, but this is just so important. I'm sorry, my gorgeous Taurinis, but this is important, There you go. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Sorry, Taurinis. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. There you go. I'm having my moment. I'm having my moment. You see, and this is important, my gorgeous Taurinis, and I really like it. And just remember, when the light goes off, it means that it's really, really, really good. On another hand, number 12 also means it's about an important transition that it's going to be taking place. Transformation, transition, the new beginning, the new start. I like it, Taurinis, so much. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You see, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's even the light is flicking because it can't take this amount of energy. No, it's brilliant, and this is how you're gonna feel. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's about the actual certain boredom, slowly coming to an end. And boredom can be really annoying because it can create lots of negative energy, and that energy can prevent us from moving on. That energy can slow us down. That energy can affect us. It can affect our healing energy. It can affect our power. It can affect us in so many different ways because it's just all about the actual illusion, and it's illusion that it's created around us. And this illusion is like walking with a big massive stones, in your pockets, which is preventing you to kind of walk as fast as you would until you stop and realize, oh my Lord, what am I doing? I need to chill out a little bit, I need to kind of work on this, so it's a very enlightening moment for you, very enlightening moment, because you're going to release yourself at the same time. It's about the actual abandonment. Yes, there is going to be an important abandonment that is going to take place when it comes to the actual readjustment, but it's to do with a little sacrifice that you are going to need to make. It's to do with the readjustment, but it's going to lead towards an important rebirth. At the same time, my gorgeous Taurinis, you are going to get an important news from somebody very special in your life, like somebody very important in your life, somebody very loyal to you in your life, somebody very significant in your life. It's going to have a rather cool, rather important information for you, and I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Taurinis. Let me just tell you, I highly recommend you to get something like a beautiful, gorgeous, look, these are my new lines, beautiful, gorgeous chakra pendant. You see this absolutely gorgeous chakra pendant, very beautiful, of course. It's like a pure sterling silver, nice pendant with like a crystal, chakra crystals, but it's very important when it comes to that personal balance, that particular balance that is going to help you to protect yourself against like negative energy, but in particular which is connected, which is coming through the actual stress, which is coming through the little bit of anxiety, and it's fantastic for the actual emotional and physical balance at the same time. Chakra crystals are fantastic because they also bring you this much needed, much necessary balance at the right moment in time, and it's also helping a lot with like when you're trying to explain yourself, when you're trying to express yourself, when it comes to the communication, when it comes to the spirituality, when it comes to the spiritual growth, in particular when we're dealing with like unusual people and unusual situation, unusual circumstances, this is wonderful because it's keeping us kind of protected, and it's keeping us in our own bubble, so we don't get affected by the negative people or situations around us, because we've got our little protection. But then at the same time we do and we say the right things that we would normally say. So this is why this is so important when it comes to the actual personal balance. This is fantastic to wear when you feel like a little bit lost sometimes, but it's also fantastic to wear when you just want like a perfect balance when it comes to your spirituality. Indeed, this gorgeous little chakra pendant, of course, is like a sterling silver setting with the crystals, and it comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Taurinis, you're also supporting my channel as well. But what I was going to say is that you are going to have somebody very important in your life, somebody very trusted in your life, somebody very significant who is going to tell you an absolutely remarkable news. You're going to like it because you're going to benefit from this like there is no tomorrow. But it's not only about that. As soon as you hear that news, you're kind of going to be having your own green light at the same time, in particular when it comes to some kind of investment, when it comes to your life. You will know how, when, and why to invest in your life, and what would be the best possible way to actually do this. On another hand, you have had a lot of patience, my gorgeous Taurinis, and your patience is about to be rewarded. Look, I have an urge to do this. You had lots of patience, and your patience is about to be rewarded, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this is a Taurinis, and this is good because it's all about the harmony, and it's all about certain management, compatibility, and an important adjustment that you're going to need to make, but also somebody very influential. It's going to influence you also at the right time. And this is in particular when you are going through the actual peak of your own rebirth, which is going to be leading towards your own unfoldment. It is just a time that it's going to give you pleasure as well. You're going to have a remarkable pleasure this month, and that pleasure, it's also going to open your eyes, and something is going to be absolutely evident, like so clear to you, like a clear water, like the clearest water, my gorgeous Taurinis. Indeed, it's about the adjustment. Of course that I'm seeing a little omen. My lord, this is nothing unusual. We had so many omens this month. We have so many signs this month, and these are so important, and this is nothing unusual because the time is really unusual, and it's very scary around the moment. The way things are around the world, something is not quite right. You know what I mean. But then again, at the same time, you just need to make sure that you remain in your little spiritual bubble, and you just keep going, and don't kind of get anyone to kind of steal your energy by you worrying worrying or thinking negatively, that can take so much from you. It's important. But what I was going to say that, there is going to be quite significant adjustment that you're going to have. And also when it comes to the omens, to the sign, we had lots of omens in sign this month, but most certainly October, that doesn't surprise me because the energy is so powerful. It's so spiritual, not only because of the end of the month, but it just literally takes it over from the 1st of October. It's like all a little bit strange and unusual, but it's quite nice. And lots of people feel this so much. You don't need to be an empath or anything like that, although everybody is having psychic feelings. We're all born like this. Some people more, some people less. It's like you do any job that you do, the more you do it, the more psychic and empath you are. The less you do it, the less you kind of tap into it. So it's all about tapping into this particular energy. But you are going to have an animal. This is what this animal is going to let you know. An omen. I spoke about this so many times. An omen, it's very specific at this moment in time for you. The timing when it comes to that omen, it's going to be 25. 25, it's going to be the response when it comes to the actual timing of something. But you're going to have to see, my gorgeous Taurinis, what is going on in your mind at the time. What was going on in your mind at the very first thing in the morning? Because this is when your spirituality is absolutely blown away, as soon as you wake up in the morning. So anytime that you can kind of remember that you had a certain problem, certain negativity, certain issue that you didn't know what to do and it's bringing you down. And also you need to pay attention to what was on your mind again. It's very, very important to say this, because when you see this omen, when you see this animal, you will know that this is in your element. You will know that this is in your space. Something is going to be unusual about it. Something is going to be different about it. Something is not going to feel quite right, but not in a bad way right. So it could be a bird, it could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be a wolf, it could be a coyote, it could be a pig, it could be it could be a cat, it could be a little hummingbird, it could be a little skunk, it could be a little lion, it could be a tiger, it could be an elephant, it could be absolutely any animal, that you could possibly see. And it depends where you are, and it depends what animal is connected to you. Maybe this one can surprise you completely, but you will know that this is your sign. And when you see this animal, you are also going to need to know that very soon you're going to have a mind-blowing vision after that. And when it comes to that vision, the direct answer when it comes to some kind of timing, it's going to be 25, basically just 25. But it's also going to require from you to make a very important adjustment, and also the certain successful combination. It's also going to be kind of you're going to be aware of the certain successful combination at the right moment, at the right time when you're wondering about something. So your omen, that animal that you're going to see, it's going to beautifully let you know. It's going to work with you. It's going to be the part of your dimension which is going to let you know most certainly when the certain opportunity is actually going to come up for you, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this is so powerful, because it's all about the actual, as I said, it's all about a certain adjustment that you're going to need to make. But also, you just need to remember to have your eyes open at the same time. It's all about the new promise. It's all about the new stage, but it's also the omen, just see how is this going to work with what was on your mind at the time and what was on your mind in the morning. Whatever was on your mind, this is going to be direct answer, but it's also going to let you know about the adjustment and the opportunity that is coming up very, very soon for you indeed. On another hand, what else, my gorgeous Taurinis? There is going to be a little bit of a bastard this month, I'm afraid, little hidden bastardo. It's going to happen this month. It's going to come through. It's going to come forward. But it is just going to be at around the time when you're going to think there is going to be at around the 9th of October, at around the 9th, expectation of little difficulties, that you're going to feel, and changes. And this is going to make you feel a little bit kind of maybe a little bit stressed, and that in itself, it's also kind of going to be the time which is going to be really important when it comes to the actual tiger's eye. You see, see this gorgeous little tiger's eye. This is absolutely adorable little pendant. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And the tiger's eye is remarkable when it comes to protection against all sorts of negative energy, all sorts of negative people, negative situations, but also at the same time it protects us against an evil eye. And evil eye people can give us intentionally or unintentionally. It depends where we are at, how strong is our energy at the time, but also at the same time it depends on that particular person as well. So this is something that I would highly recommend you. And also when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to business and finances, this is a great little crystal when it comes to making decisions, but it's also very powerful when it comes to attracting wealth at the same time. This gorgeous little tiger's eye of course comes with a sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this in the description below. And I would highly recommend you to wear this throughout October and November, but also in particular when you kind of find yourself around the people that could be quite not dangerous but quite negative, you know. So you are going to have a moment when you're gonna be kind of aware of like a hidden little enemy and little deception. So be very careful at around the 9th of October in particular. And if something doesn't feel right, if that something doesn't sound right, just move away from that, baby. Run run run. Yeah, you see, there you go. Another, and again, I'm so sorry, Taurinis. This is so annoying. You're all gonna have a go at me later. Why did you keep on walking out? Why did you walk out? Why will you keep on walking out? I don't know. Because I'm crazy. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I have a great time. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. So yeah, basically, so it's all about the actual beginning of something absolutely remarkable, you know. After that time as well, it's going to be really good. Like after the 9th, it's going to be beginning of something quite unusual. You will do something that you don't normally do. You will act in a certain way, and that is going to be remarkable because it is going to be connected to the daring situation, and that in itself, it's going to open up a new pathway for you. It's brilliant because it's about the initiative that you're going to have, and it's coming with something new, like in particular after the 9th of October, like a new job or new career. If you're like retired, you know, new stage of your life, it's going to slowly become quite obvious. By the same time, you're just going to feel like ooh la la, quite vavumish in the best possible way. So you will know that this is something that is making you feel really, really good. It's like a really good and powerful and healthy obsession. And when that happens, then we are driven by our own power. We are driven by our own energy. And then what that does to us, you know, it just enhances our power by enhancing our subconscious mind. And then we just let ourselves go, and then we achieve so much more. Things that were like so weird are going to become crystal clear. So this is why this is so important. It's about the satisfaction that you are going to have before the end of this month. Big important accomplishment, you know, and very important months when it comes to relationships. Somebody quite significant in your life, it's also going to play an absolutely remarkable role. They will tell you something, somebody in your life, another thing that is going to happen with somebody in your life. Somebody's going to tell you something that you need to maybe slow down with, something, pay attention to something, or kind of change something a little bit about yourself. It's going to just leave like a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, first of all, but then it's coming from somebody who knows you really well, and then because of that, you know, you will know that it's time to move on from some kind of situation. On another hand, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Taurinis, you know, you need to kind of like still take something for your little bit of a stress levels that are going to be quite enhanced this month. So I would highly suggest you to take something like a natural dose of B vitamins. It's absolutely remarkable. B vitamins are brilliant when it comes to stress, but also at the same time for your stomach, it's also again kind of going to be a little bit connected. You know, your tummy, your stomach is going to be a little bit sensitive, so the natural dose of B vitamins is going to be beneficial for your stress levels, but also at the same time it's going to be absolutely remarkable when it comes to your entire digestive system. What else I was going to say to you, very important, try to drink a little bit of organic aloe vera juice. You see this little baby here? So organic little aloe vera juice. It's absolutely remarkable because it's very soothing for your stomach. And drink organic chamomile tea if you can, without any like horrible sugar. Ew, sugar is vile, sugar is horrible. Try to avoid sugar completely, like it's terrible. So on another hand, just also you're gonna need something to boost your immune system. Yes, still organic acerola cherry powder, 1 glass of water every single morning, 1 teaspoon of organic acerola cherry powder, mix it up and drink it the first thing in the morning. And this is going to give you a whopping amount of vitamin C, and it's natural, without any rubbish, without any chemicals. Alongside natural vitamin D is so important, and also zinc. These things are absolutely crucial to boost your immune system. It's going to make you feel so much better. Please do it. If if you feel low, if you feel down, this is all going to be very beneficial for you, not only to boost your immune system, it's remarkable. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Taurinis, or not. Now, the 2nd of October, it's going to bring you like, oh my God, it is just like a kind of festival. It's going to be bizarre day, because the first half of the day, it's going to be like some kind of like culmination period, culmination stage. And then that is going to be kind of directly responsible for you to having an important conclusion. Watch which conclusion you are going to have on this day, my gorgeous Taurinis, because it's going to seem like so much, so not as important as it's going to be. But then almost immediately you will realize that you're approaching the end of an annoying problem. And this is really good, because it's also at the same time going to be connected to a little bit of unexpected event here. Again, you're going to need to pay attention here, because it's going to be a bit of like some kind of conflicting influence is going to come through. It's going to come forward. And in order for you to go over, in order for you to win, in order for you to get where you need to get, you just need to remember to be brave, my gorgeous Taurinis. You just need to remember to be brave. This is the key factor here for you on the 2nd of October. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, no matter where you are at, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're trying to achieve, just remember to keep on being brave, because through your own bravery, you're going to realize something ooh la la, rather vavavumish when it comes to your own capacity. But at the same time, you are going to start an important progress, an action which was like slowing you down, and it was very annoying over the last 5 months, and it was bringing a lot of unsatisfied desires, a struggle, and a little bit of like an obstacle. And this in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to just redirect you slightly towards things that you should be devoted about, towards things that you're passionate about. It's going to be very highlighted at the same time. But then again, it is just also very important to say that there will be a little bit of temporary distraction, and you just keep going and make sure that you understand that you need to stay committed to the task at hand. The second date, it's 16th of October. Now, the 16th of October, it's all about, now this is a wonderful day. You're going to feel very active and determined. And even if you feel like really low and really down, just remember what Sashita told you. Even if you're feeling really low, really down, you just use your spiritual key. You know what spiritual key I'm talking about always, don't you? About knocking to this dimension, knocking to this particular energy. And knock means that you just start the progress. You just start the process by showing yourself where you need to show yourself, by doing what you need to do, by starting what you need to start. Even if you feel like really low, even if you feel really down, it doesn't matter, because it's going to boil down to an absolutely remarkable accomplishment, an important security and power when it comes to your life. And that is just going to be the beginning of something very important process, which is going to last for a long time. You're going to assure something for yourself and the people around you, the dearest to you, for a long time indeed. This is a very important time of the year. And also, it is going to be like a quite significant, as I said, the idea that you're going to have, it's going to be remarkable, because it's so much so to do with the certain obstacle that was creating you setbacks in material holding. Like, for example, at the same time, you just need to be a little bit careful, because somebody's going to kind of try to somebody's also again, I'm sorry, Taurini, but somebody's going to be like a little bit dishonest, and this person is not like somebody in in your life. It's not somebody who mean to you or anything like that. And it's, again, I'm sorry, but it's the 16th of October. If there is something that sounds a bit off, just move away from it. If someone is trying to offer you some kind of deal on this particular day, no, it's not the right time to do a deal and things like that. It's not, and the next day or the day before it's fine, but not on this particular day, because there is another little snaky snake in the grassy here, but somebody who's just passer by, and you are gonna do well to kind of protect yourself against this type of person. Another thing I was going to say to you, see this like gorgeous little amethyst. Amethyst is one of the nicest crystals, one of the most beautiful crystals, but also it's just so powerful when it comes to enhancing your psychic energy, when it comes to enhancing your power, when it comes to enhancing your intuition, when it comes to enhancing your third psychic eye. It helps you to connect to your dreams. It helps you to understand things that are in your mind the very first thing in the morning. But also when we are kind of taken back with the negative people around us, so people who are like, oh, little bastard in the grass, little bastard in the grass, little snaky in the grassy, we just kind of it takes a certain amount of energy away from us, and then we maybe don't act necessarily in a way that we should act. So amethyst is absolutely fantastic to help you to hold that balance down, and you're still in your spiritual bubble. This gorgeous little amethyst comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is also in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Taurinis, you're also supporting my channel as well. But this is something I would strictly also advise you to wear throughout October and November and even December. Every time when you need that little bit of boost, when you need that little bit of help, when you need that little bit of support with your grounding psychic feelings, and in particular when it comes to making decisions and focusing, at the same time. The third important days are going to be both 30th and the 31st of October. It is just all about the sign from the spirit world that you are going to have, which is going to bring you an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation. The sign from the spirit world, you can maybe smell someone that you used to know. Maybe the light is going to start flicking and you will know who there is. Maybe it's just going to be certain name just to keep on ringing in your head. Maybe you're just going to smell the certain tobacco or cigarettes that this person used to smoke. Maybe you will smell their perfume. Maybe you will smell their food that they used to cook. It doesn't matter how this person is going to let themselves know, but they will confirm something mind-blowing for you, and you will know that this is time to move on. It's time to go, and it's time to work on maybe a certain mistake, that you are blaming yourself, that it was connected to a certain kind of materialistic loss, but it's nothing. It's not your problem. You shouldn't be blaming yourself. It's going to be absolutely fine. This is your sign that it's going to be fine, and this is also going to be a remarkable confirmation that you are going to have. On another hand, you are going to become aware of the certain ritual on the 30th and the 31st of October. Whether you see this while you're walking somewhere, whether you see this on the television, whether this just comes to your mind, whether you read about something, but as soon as you become aware of the certain ritual, this is very spiritual, and this is also the sign that you're becoming the part of this kind of dimension, and this is rather necessary in order for you to kind of get your own radiance up and going, which is on another hand in return going to activate you, and that in itself is going to enhance your reflection, which means that it's at the same time going to make something very vibrant within you, and that is also going to bring you the need in order to learn something, to brush up on your current path. There will be things that are going to be rather important for you to learn about and to get to know in order to get where you need to get. But this is so much so to do with the promise and the wake-up call that I mentioned before. It's about the actual and absolutely remarkable time when it comes to wise investment. Just remember, if you're thinking about investing in something, this is also going to bring you an important answer. On another hand, a powerful motivation through someone really, really special in your life. It's also going to be playing an important role when it comes to you when it comes to your ability to learn quickly. But at the same time, you just need to remember that there are going to be quite a few distractions at this time. You just need to keep in your mind to make sure that you are basically staying committed to the task at hand, because there is going to be the moment when you're going to think, oh no, I just had enough of this. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, this is a very important sign, not because this is coming to an end, but this is a bit of a testing challenging situation that you're going to have at the same time. You just keep going, my babies, keep going, because the reward, huge, massive, enormous, giant reward is slowly coming, my gorgeous Taurinis, and it's bringing you prosperity, well-being and luxury, and an important security later on. Remarkable indeed. Okay, so now my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first half of October. The first part of October is going to bring you person of authority. It's going to really bring you an important news, and that news is going to be so remarkable for you, because it's just going to, from the situation where you felt so hopeless, now you will know that it's time to kind of abandon something. Something slowly came to an end, and it's going to be down on you to accept this. It's important. As soon as you accept it, it's going to be better. It's going to really beautifully reverse within you, and it's just going to give you beautiful, fresh of confidence, which is going to make you feel like you are ready for anything. Which means that on another hand, anything spontaneous that comes to you, you should just literally go for it, because through something very spontaneous, you're going to find yourself in a certain stage, and you're going to realize that the frustrations that you had, are slowly going to have a beautiful, swift change. It's important to understand this. The second part of October, it's going to bring an important moment in time when it comes to contemplation. Sorry, just one more thing. The first part of October, you will be aware of the certain money as well. That you are going to become a part of. There is some kind of money that is slowly coming to you. First part of October is going to reveal this. The second part of October is going to bring you contemplation, and the contemplation is very important here, because there are two things that are going to be major that you're going to be wondering about, and the answer to that is just listen to your intuition and also do things that feels right to you, because this is the time of your progress and process and progress, and which means that you're slowly going to start thinking about what you can bring into your life. It's important because it's going to bring determination, and also on another hand, where you felt dissatisfied, now this is a beautiful flip-flop spiritual moment, and it's going to bring you an important wish. The mid of October, it's going to bring you an important wish, my gorgeous Taurinis, and you're gonna like this. By the time we come to the last part of October, it's all about you being under the little test. There are two choices that are going to confuse you, and you will really not too sure. You will not to be too sure which choice to go for, but you really need to go for the choice that makes you feel free. It's the choice that makes you feel free. This is what you need to go for. This is to do with your practicality. It's to do with your security. It's going to bring you an important balance, but also at the same time an ending of a really, really crucial stage of your life is slowly going to start unfolding here. So karmically, you are moving on. Karmically, this is really important, and that in itself is going to give you a quite significant answer when it comes to the problem that was really bringing you down. It was very annoying, and that problem, that obstacle is beautifully going to come to an end, and it's just going to bring you so much inspiration. It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, and it's also going to give you reason to celebrate. The end of October. You see, again, just pay attention to when the light goes, you see. It's going to bring you the reason to celebrate, my gorgeous Taurinis. The end of October, it's going to bring you the reason to celebrate, and this is why this is going to be so, so, so important. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis. Oh gosh, what am I like? Hallelujah. And this is brilliant. So the last part of October, it's going to bring you remarkable actual reason to celebrate. Just pay attention, because the last part of October, it's also going to bring you an opportunity. You should follow it. It's going to be brilliant, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen with those of you who are in relationship. It's something really good because your partner is going to surprise you nicely. Your partner is going to do something again, and you're going to be like, ooh la la, hello my darling, you know, you're going to really like it. But it's most importantly is something that you were worrying about, a certain issue that was affecting you, and it was affecting your security, but in particular when it comes to your kind of like a safety, when it comes to like a family matters and things like that, you know, you are going to have a really important progress. Just remember, ignore the negativity and keep going and keep on living your life. You're doing really well. There is an absolutely remarkable reward that you're both going to have this month. As soon as you hear about this reward that you're going to have, especially when it comes to your hard work, reward from and through the hard work, this is the time as well when you will know to try to ignore the negativity and just keep going. This is very important. But at the same time, there will be the certain problem and certain issue that you're both going to need to work with, not only in between you two, but there is some kind of family matter that you're both going to kind of need to be part of. It's very important for you to be there. On another hand, you see this Page of Cups. This is wonderful because it's showing that you're both going to have the opportunity. You're both going to have an important opportunity this month that you're both going to benefit from it. So this is really significant because this opportunity may not even seem as important as it's actually going to be later on. So just wait for this opportunity, my gorgeous Taurinis, for the couples. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you that are single and ready to mingy. You see, my gorgeous Taurinis, the Hermit, you see, this is an interesting one. I love this card. I love this card. You know, I smell everything. I smell everything. I open new books and things like that. I've always been like that. I don't know why. But anyway, so basically my gorgeous Taurinis, you've got gorgeous little Hermit here. And you know what the Hermit means in this particular stage? This is for those of you that are single and ready to mingy. It is not going to be the time when you're going to find the love of your life. No, baby, no. But it's just as important because you're going through the certain process. You're going through the certain process, as I said before. There will be someone who you are going to meet this month, or this is either going to be somebody who you're going to meet for the first time, or it's going to be somebody who you have been maybe before for a day or two, or maybe somebody who you want to be before with. That's kind of energy of someone from before, but nothing important, nothing significant, and no, baby, no. So there are two stages that you're going to have this month. The first stage is there's somebody who's going to come through for the first time, or somebody who's going to kind of be part of your mind. You're going to like kind of be thinking about this particular person, but no, it is not the right person. That person is going to be solely so important in your life, just as much because it's about a fantasy and unrealistic attitudes, a bit of like maybe like imagination, daydreams, but most certainly kind of illusional person and not the right person. But I will tell you why this is so good, because that person, as soon as you realize this, it's going to be super important and super significant when it comes to you growing spiritually and karmically. So November and December are going to be very promising when it comes to someone like walking into your life. But this is just so important for you to go over karmically and spiritually, because when you realize about this person and when you also kind of learn how to let go at the same time, now this is the moment of the spiritual awareness I need you to get to. Because this spiritual awareness is also going to be primarily responsible for your spirit to grow. And once it gets there where it's meant to get, this is going to be the time when the new person is going to walk into your life. November and December are very ridiculously promising. But first of all, you need to go through this situation indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, I love every single one of you, my gorgeous babies. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of light, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Taurinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Love you.